All right, great job listening to that experimental video and hopefully figuring out that your reactants always come before the products and there's the yield sign, which is an arrow in between. And that's how a chemical reaction is laid out. It reads kind of like a book if it's on paper. The next thing that you should have figured out by now, and if not, I'm going to tell you that the substances that we've been looking at, they can change into different substances. So to answer like our experimental question for today, can substances change into different substances? The answer is yes, yes, they can. Now, if you haven't already, you might pause and get your science notebook out and add this in, but you should have already added in this key concept to page 7 that during a chemical reaction, one or more starting substances, which are the reactants, change into one or more different substances, which are the products. And again, that arrow we use to represent a chemical reaction before the products, that's kind of like almost like an equal sign in an equation, but it's not necessarily equal because the reactants are different substances than what the products are. The reactants change to form a different substance, which is the product. And that gets me to our next pages in our science notebook. You should have on page 8 your definition for a reactant. Those are the things that came before. She was using CaCl2 and sodium bicarbonate, and that yielded a totally different substance, which was that weird yellowy bubbly substance that also had an odor. You couldn't smell it, but they could, which was the product, the ending substance. And add your definition for product on page 9 of your notebook if you have not already. Your next step is to work through the sim, which I'm just going to show you really quick how to follow those directions. I would suggest opening the sim up using the link I provided in the Google form. And then I would split your screen. Hopefully we all know how to do that by now. Split your screen and have the directions side by side. That will be the easiest way for you to do this. So it says first, open the laboratory A mode, click over here. I'm already in A mode. Awesome, great. Then it says add the substance button and choose calcium chloride. So I go add substance and I'm choosing calcium chloride. It's right there, CaCl2. The other substance you need to press for add substance is sodium carbonate. So you go to add substance, find Na2CO3 or just the word sodium carbonate, which is here. Then press the test button to observe what happens. So you're going to press this button right here. Press the results and examine the results. Press review, compare the substances, and test start and test end. So I set it up for you. I'm not going to run the whole thing. You're going to do that and finish out your directions there, steps 6 through 8, and then finish these questions on this section. Hopefully this will also provide you evidence to back up your answer to that big question today. Can substances change into different substances? I've already established yes, they can, but how do you know that they can? Based off of the video you just saw and the sim that you're about to do right now. So if you're confused, you might pause and go back to the previous section and rewatch that video before you move on to the exit ticket in the next section, because that's really going to help you be a rock star on your exit ticket. Good luck, and thank you for your hard work.